They write steamy notes making outrageous offers to boys. They call in the middle of the night and leave obscene messages on answering machines. Are these the things little girls are made of? Well, apparently, teenage girls are chasing after boys in a way that is making their parents very worried. Coming up, today's aggressive teenage girls.
If he doesn't do it first, then I'm just going to go up and say, will you ride me?
Girls will chase them, but they won't say it.
I will. I go to people and say I love you. Girls think so much more. If other kid goes, well, who likes me? And I go, I like you. You go out with me?
A closer look. Hello, everyone. I'm Dawn Funkangelo, sitting in for Faith Daniels. Ann Landers recently printed a letter from the mother of a teenage boy who complained that girls are getting too aggressive. Well, 25,000 other mothers wrote in to say their sons are getting the same treatment and they don't like it. Have things really changed that much? Just check out the 1960 film Where the Boys Are and the 80s remake of the same movie.
A lot of big things coming up this term. Senior prom, house dance, graduation. A lot of big things. You think you can make a couple of them?
Bring her a double tequila, Mary, and could you possibly bring me your phone number?
Don't go away. I'll be right back.
I don't believe you.
Things have changed. It's a given that teenage girls mature slightly earlier than boys, but these days parents, teachers, even therapists say their behavior gives a whole new meaning to the term boy crazy. Anything from girls calling the boys at all hours of the night to actually propositioning them. What do kids think about all this? Well, we went to the Cedar Lake summer camp in the Poconos to ask them.
I love you very much, dear.
Today's kids didn't invent this sort of thing, but they do seem to be playing by a new set of rules. These days, it's often the girls who do the chasing. And for 13-year-old Marnie, it's about time.
Why shouldn't it be right that a girl should go for a guy? I mean, you're not going to wait all day for a guy to make the first move, and then he probably won't anyway, probably be embarrassed too, and I'm one of those people that's not embarrassed to do anything.
Ask any of these young campers about dating, and most will tell you the way their mothers had to play the game just doesn't apply in the 90s.
Because when she was a girl, she didn't let boys touch her until she was 25.
It doesn't matter who makes the first move, but I like it better when the guy makes the first move.
Yeah, so do I.
But if the guy doesn't make it and you're like obsessed with this guy, just go for him. Just like go all over and yell.
Like, I'm probably going to ask him out. I don't care. I mean, if he doesn't do it first, then I'm just going to go up and say, will you ride me?
And what about the boys? Well, they may not be entirely prepared for the aggressive approach.
There were these two girls that I just met that both liked me, and they were like both best friends. And they'd both tell me that the other one liked me, so it was like really confusing.
Like if they keep on calling you, and you don't want to talk to them anymore because you told them that you just want to be friends, and they just keep on bothering you, then it gets annoying.
But apparently, not everyone finds it completely annoying, no matter who makes the first move.
You gotta flirt with the guy.
I know.
If you don't flirt with the guy, then he doesn't know anything.
And if he doesn't flirt back, that's his problem.
Guys are dumb. They're built upside down, that's what my mom said. Like, they don't know what they're doing.
The bigger picture now. These new behavior patterns are not only changing relations between the sexes, they're also affecting the families involved. With us now are Diane Polbert. She's worried that her daughter's behavior is obsessive. And Susie Fagman. Girls started calling her son Jason when he was only 11 years old. Ladies, what is happening? And what's happening? Is your daughter's aggressiveness out of control?
Well, I think so sometimes. I think that she started since when she was about 12, and she's very sociable. I thought that it was just the girls, and pretty soon it turned out to be boys and girls. And we have call waiting at home, and you'd ask, who are you talking to? And 1 minute it's Lori, and the next minute it's Jason, and the next minute it's Todd, and it's a constant thing.
Why do you think that she's not worried about calling boys or pursuing boys?
Well, I think they tolerate it. I think most of them tolerate it. I think a lot of them enjoy it. And as much as I try to convince her that in my day that didn't happen, I'm continually called from the Stone Age.
Susie, girls started calling Jason when he was 11 years old. Were you surprised?
Yeah, I was a little surprised. He's 11 because he made the deadline for school, so most of his friends were 12. But they did start calling very young, and been a lot, all times during the night. It was constant. It was constant.
What were some of the things that they were saying to him? What lengths
Well,
did they go to get his attention?
I didn't hear what they said. I was never on any other phone when they did call him, but they called to get his attention. Not all of them were looking for a boyfriend. Some of them wanted a friend. Some of them wanted help with another boy that he was friends with. And it just, he liked it. And because he liked it, he didn't discourage them. I didn't like it. And we had to get him his own line with call waiting because it was totally taking over our telephone.
Did you ever approach any of the mothers of the girls who were calling him?
He would have killed me. No. Anybody that was a close friend, we did have one that was a close friend that I mentioned it to. And she knew what was going on. So there was really nothing for us to do. He knew my feelings on it, that I didn't want it happening all night long.
Diane, are you worried about your daughter's reputation? Are you worried about teenage pregnancy? Do you think that she's sexually active?
No. I believe very fervently that she's not sexually active. We've had long discussions on that. And she pretty well convinces me that these are her buds. And what I have done is encourage her to have these boys come over to the house so that I can meet them and I can know what kind of boys that she's visiting with on the phone.
Okay. All right, when we come back, we're going to get the kids' side to all of this. But first, remember this old commercial?
She's here! My mystery day!
Mystery day, are you ready for your mystery day? Don't be late.
We're back now on A Closer Look. We've heard from their moms. It's time now to talk to the kids. With us is Diane's 14-year-old daughter, Angela, and Susie's 17-year-old son, Jason. Kids, are your moms overreacting?
Yes.
How? I mean, do they just don't get it?
Well, I'm better friends with the guys, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it at all.
Jason?
Same thing with me. I just think that it's not a big deal at all. I mean, how much they call, or, you know, I call them, they call me, it's the same thing. I don't see it as it being aggressive or anything like that.
Angela, do you think it's all right to pursue a boy?
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Why?
I don't know. I don't see the difference between a guy and the girl, whoever does it first.
Would you rather wait until a boy asks you out instead of, or asks you to go somewhere instead of you asking them?
Well, I don't normally ask them to go. They ask me, but I just kind of, I don't know, act like I wanted to ask me out first. I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
All the rest of your other friends are doing the same thing
Pretty
as well?
much them, yeah.
Do you think that times have changed since your mom was a young girl?
Definitely.
How so?
I don't know. It's just everyone's more outgoing with the guys and stuff. And then, you know, the girls are really tight with the guys when she was, you know, younger. Like, they didn't even talk to them as much and stuff.
So what you're saying is girls today aren't shy at all about anything?
Not really.
Jason, how do you think girls should react? Should they wait until a guy calls them?
I don't think they should. I think that they should do whatever they feel like doing. I mean, if they feel like, if I don't say something to this guy, I may never get a chance with him, or I may never get as close with him that I want, you know. So, I don't know. I think that they should go for it.
So you weren't bothered at all by
No,
it?
it didn't bother me at all. I liked it.
You did?
Well,
Yeah,
I
you were
also
popular.
think that a lot of the girls that were calling him, he wanted them to call. I think that has a lot to do with it. If he's being bothered by someone he didn't want to call, it might be a different story.
Yeah, I mean, if you can tell right away. I mean, if somebody's calling you and they'll realize that you don't want to talk to them. I mean, you can give them the message pretty much. I mean, if somebody's bothering you to a point where you can't stand them anymore, then you can get it across to them. But most of the time, I like it. I mean, the more people that call, the better.
No, you know, I mean, it seems as though there's a double standard here. Maybe Angela and Diane, you can jump in on this. You know, Jason he's seen as popular, and Angela, you said you were worried about her reputation because she's talking with the boys or calling boys. There's a double standard going on here. Are girls being looked at unfairly?
Not at all. I don't think so. Not anyone that I know of, and not me.
Diane, what do you think of that?
Well, maybe it's true within the group of high school kids, but I think the mothers tend to worry about it. I'm sure that Susie tends to think that the girls that are calling her boy are a little fast and a little aggressive, and she doesn't care for it. And I think that I worry more about the mothers and what the mothers think of my daughter. And that's a big concern.
All right, when we come back, we'll get some expert advice from for the moms and the kids. But first, a look at dating from the 1962 film, Mr. Hobbs Takes a Vacation.